back. It's been a while. Sorry. You guys can roast me in the comments. I'm probably the worst YouTuber in the entire world. I have something new in store here in the shop today. I'm gonna show you guys what we got going on and what I'm gonna be doing to it. It's gonna be over a couple days. Not sure how long this video is gonna be, whether it's gonna be 2 videos or all in one. Not sure, but I'll figure all that out. So let's show you what we got going on in the shop. Here it is. This is my boy Mo's car. It's gonna be a turbo build. He's hit me up. He's like, yo, I need somebody to install all my carbon fiber parts. He's got everything from J's. Makes me sad because, yes, I don't have an update on my car. But as you can see, I have no carbon. And here we are with this car and there's carbon everywhere. Breaks my heart, but it is what it is. I'm gonna help him out. He's got the J's 3-piece front end. He's got the badass J's pin-on hood. It actually goes all the way up to the windshield, so it eliminates the cowl. Carbon roof and carbon doors. I guess we'll get all that stuff opened up so we could show you guys what it's looking like. This is like a dry carbon material. It's not that high gloss finish like a Cybon or anything like that, but it does have a good finish on it. It's just very lightweight. You guys already see me cut off my roof, and you guys will actually be able to see me install this roof because I'm gonna get everything on the channel for you guys. So, all right guys, so I got everything unwrapped and pretty much open. We got the doors here. Again, these are all from J's. This really saddens me that I need this door, that door, and the 3-piece front end and that hood to complete my car. Got everything unwrapped. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm probably gonna start with the doors just because that's pretty straightforward. Just unbolt these. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull off the side skirts. It's got PCIs on there. So I'll just unbolt the doors, bolt on the new ones. I still gotta talk to the customer as far as what he's doing for windows. I'm not sure if he's keeping the glass in the rear, which it looks like he is because they're already glued in, obviously, after the car was painted. So we might just do like a 20% Lexan in the front. I gotta see if he wants me to do that. And also, it helps to have a battery box, 16 volt if you're doing it in the front already, because the mounting tabs that I do usually run off of the battery box. So I gotta find out about the battery box and windows, but at least I can still put the doors on. Got my pet here. She just showed up one day, didn't you? You pretty girl. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Set up the tripod. It's not anything special or fancy. You guys obviously know how to change doors. These ones are nice because there's no panels on them. The pin's already out, so it's literally just 4 bolts. He does not have the door handles. They're still getting painted, I believe. So I'm gonna have to leave that for last. So it's literally just bolt the doors on and see some progress on this car. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and pull off the door. I already took off 3 of the bolts out of the 4. They're just 12 mils, for those who don't know. It's a lot easier without fenders on the car, obviously. If you do have fenders on the car, you gotta kind of have the door open and use like a 12 mil ratchet wrench. Kind of harder. It takes 2 people this way. The door's already latched, so it's already supported on the backside. So once I take this bolt off, I'll be able to just open the door and it'll come right off. All right, the door's off. Just gotta be careful because this car was already painted, obviously. I'll show you guys the inside. The inside looks awesome with this car too. I wish I had a scale here. This is so heavy compared to the carbon door. Wow. If I had to guess, this door probably weighs 45 pounds maybe. This thing I could literally pick up. Well, this is just one finger. This thing is really, really, really light. I'm just gonna mount the door down and then I'll go ahead and I'll put the latch in and the door handle whenever I get the door handle, but I'll still bolt it out now. It's not gonna make a difference.
Tomorrow for sure.
All right, guys, I'm back. A new day. It's not the same day as yesterday, whatever. Ran into a couple issues. I don't know what it is. Whenever I work on cars, it just seems like I don't have everything. I run to Home Depot, grab what I think I need, and either I need more or it's the wrong thing or whatever the case is. So yesterday was literally most of the time I spent running around, and I didn't record too much of that. I actually got one side of the car done, but thankfully I have the other side, which I'm going to show you guys everything. I don't need to go to the store. I have everything I need to do. I'll show you the state that the car is in now and the reason why I had to go to the store 3 times yesterday, I think it was. I went to Home Depot 3 times. And which sucks is we have a local Home Depot literally 5 minutes down the street, but their hardware selection sucks. So I had to drive 15 minutes to the next Home Depot 3 times. So that was not fun. I was pretty angry yesterday. So I'll show you guys the state of the car, how we're looking, and then we could just jump right into getting the driver's side door and driver's side fender mounted up. It's not anything crazy. You guys, I'm sure you guys know how to do doors. It's literally 4 bolts. I'll show you guys, like I said, why I had to go to the store. It was for the door latch. Hardware is a little bit different length for OEM to carbon door. The OEM screws are kind of like a tapered screw where they sit in. Carbon obviously isn't tapered, so it needs a flat style bolt hardware, whatever. I'll just shut the hell up. All right, guys, here we go. All right, you know what? I'm gonna start this clip off like I do a reel. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I do tons of reels. So let's just go ahead. This is a montage with no music. Here we go. You ready? No, I'm just kidding. All right, hood's on. I'll explain this hood. I could probably talk an hour about this hood. This hood here. Not looking forward to it. This is, like I said, everything here is Jay's Composites. Amazing company, great quality product, great fitment. Never had an issue with them whatsoever. I fucking love Jay's. If anybody who works at Jay's watches my YouTube channel, shout out to you guys. You guys fucking badass. This is a full pin-on hood. Like I said before, basically you have to do 2 pins up front, and then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and I actually might even do a smaller pin up here to kind of keep the hood down. When you go drag racing, all that wind wants to kind of catch underneath the hood and lift it up, which you don't want. That's why you always see a lot of people just using painter's tape or whatever to kind of keep the wind from getting under there. So I might put a tiny quick latch there. I went to MPH today, grabbed what they had in stock for quick latches, and I ordered the other ones. Today is, what is today? I don't even know what today is. Today's Tuesday. They'll be here Friday, so I could go ahead and mount the bumper. I'm not gonna bother with it now until I have everything. But like I said, this hood is just sitting on there, kind of getting like an idea. Obviously the body lines aren't where they need to be. It's just sitting on there. Fender is on. Come over here so you get a better angle. Fender's on. Sorry, this is a door. Don't mind me, it's been a long day. Door's on, fender's on. Still need to heat everything up. That's one of the tricks here is whenever you're mounting a carbon fiber front end, they never just bolt on. Like, I'll show you guys right here. The brand new fender, I have not touched it whatsoever. Here's one mounting tab, no hole, it needs to be drilled. And of course, the ones that are in the engine bay, you need to drill those as well. So after you drill your holes, it's not gonna just bolt on and line up and you ready to go down the road or down the track, whatever. Carbon fiber does need to be worked a little bit. And the trick to that, which I'm gonna show you today when we get into doing the driver's side, is heating it up very slowly. You don't wanna heat it up. All I use is, this is from Harbor Freight, just a heat gun. They work great. The trick is you cannot put too much heat and not too close, because if you heat up one area too fast, it will actually start to kind of raise the weave in the carbon, which you don't want to do. You have to be careful. This is where you take your time. Obviously, just drilling 4 holes in a fender and throwing it on only takes 2 seconds, but what takes the longest time is just working the front end, trying to get the body lines right and all that other stuff. So yeah, this is what I got so far. As you can see, like up here, great, looks great. And then you can see the body line kind of gets tight right there. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat up the tabs down on the bottom. There's one down here. And then I'll be able to pull, you can kind of see, this bottom tab is actually pulling the lower half of the fender back. So I'm gonna heat that up still, but I'm not gonna worry about that today. All the body lines over here are great. I am waiting for the door handle, like I said, to get painted, and then I could install that. But the rest of the door, just toss this up. Rest of the door looks amazing. The whole fitment, like I said, with J's is some of my favorite carbon to install. The stuff's just great quality. Shout out to Ultra Carbon as well for my roof. These are the only 2 companies I would use. Ultra Carbon, they make roofs for EGs, and I think a few other parts. They do not make 3-piece front ends or anything, but those are the only 2 companies I'd use on my own personal cars, and I recommend them to everybody who asks me for advice on where I'd want to go. I'm gonna get the tripod set up, pull off the door, have the other door here. As you can see, I have to actually, this one's not cut out, which is strange. The other one was. I had to drill the 3 mounting locations for the latch, and this one I'm gonna have to cut out. The other door was already cut out, not that big of a deal. And then on the back side over here where the hinges go, I need to drill out those 4 holes for the hinges, put a nut and bolt. I reused the old bolts, and then I went to a hardware store and grabbed 4 nuts for each door. All right, so sorry if the camera looks a little weird. I got it all kind of blown out so you can actually see the whole general area. 12 mil, I already took out 3 lower hinge and 1 of the upper. Obviously you don't need to see me doing this all day. Once all the bolts are out, you kind of want to secure the door, maybe your leg, or have a buddy helping you. Because once I release the hinge and the bolts are out, the door's off. Obviously, this is a freshly painted car. You don't want to just throw the door around. Make sure you plan ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this door, and since I got a drill into it, I'm going to put it on the horse over here, and then I could go ahead and throw this freshly painted door on the moving blanket so nothing gets scratched up. This is kind of boring, right? I'm sorry. If you have a buddy helping you out, then you're Gucci. So like I said, you want to be careful because the door would probably want to fall right out even though it's latched in the back. You don't want to trust it. You gotta be careful because these doors are pretty heavy. All right, I'm just gonna give you guys a closer view. The good thing with J's is you can kind of see where everything is. See the marking there, there. You want to have the holes drilled in the center of that, and then also like right here, I gotta cut all that out. I'm gonna use the Dremel to do this center section where the latch actually goes, and then just a drill bit for those. Same thing on that side where the hinges are. It's got the markings there. All you want to do is just drill out the center. Obviously, you're not drilling out the entire hole. You're just gonna do something enough for whatever hardware, whether it's 12 in the front or the 10 in the back here. Just use good judgment. So, all right, so I'm actually gonna drill out the holes first. Not really sure on the size of this drill bit. You can go ahead and take the hardware that was originally in there. I have one from the other side, and just kind of line it up. You want the bit a little bit bigger than the bolt size. This one looks good. And I'm gonna go ahead and just center those 3 holes. I know this stuff's kind of scary, but you gotta just jump right in. I'm gonna use the Dremel to cut this out, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that set up. I'll show you guys real quick. Let me just get this off the tripod. and I'll show you what the holes look like.
Here we go. 3 holes for the hardware for the latch. You can see centered.
All right, got the drum all set up. This is one of my favorite tools to use, whether I'm cutting a car or just doing carbon work or whatever. These things are really nice. I actually wish I had the cordless one, but it's nicer working without a cord, but then you gotta worry about battery life and all that other stuff. So I got the corded one. I think I paid like 60 bucks. Came with a bunch of attachments. I bought all these sanding drums and the quick release sanding drum. Just nicer, easier to use. Bought some cutoff wheels. Good kit to have. Good thing to have around the garage, whatever. So I have the cutoff wheel. This is a 1.5 inch. There you go. 1.5 inch, easy lock style. I'm basically not even sure I'm gonna do this, but obviously I'm gonna slice this way, here. It kind of tapers, so I have to be careful with that. I wish I had a smaller cutoff wheel where I could actually get in here, so I'm gonna do my best. You don't wanna cut outside of the section that actually needs to be removed. Sorry if it's noisy. You might wanna have long sleeves on. I'm an idiot. I don't have long sleeves. I'm gonna put gloves. But cutting into this section is fiberglass. You will get a little itchy. All right, that stuff smells delicious. I'm sure I just took some years off my life. All right, so obviously you can see this is just a rough cut. I am gonna go ahead and sand it down. You can see I cut a little X there, and the reason for that is because down here I can't cut this out. So basically this little house shape here is gonna stay, and I use the sanding drum that I have. It will just blow right through that. This should just pop out. Up here you can see right here, that's obviously not cut through, and I didn't cut that on purpose because if I try to cut in there, it's actually gonna go outside the area that I'm actually trying to cut. So a little bit of force. All right, swapped over from the cutoff wheel to the tiny sanding disc or sanding drum. This one's really small. It's nice to get in there. And like I said, it will just blow right through that stuff, so. 2 seconds, bada bing, bada boom. So now I'll be able to grab the latch out of that door. It's just 3 Phillips, and then it's ready to come out. And then I'll just blow this off with air and clean that up and get it installed. I'll show you guys the hardware that I have and everything. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and pull these out. It's just 3 Phillips, they're not really tight. This is gonna come out very fast because there's no outer door handle. I'm gonna have to figure out what he wants to do for inner door handles. He wants to do like a race style or keep the OEM. So I have to figure out that before I go ahead and install any of that stuff. So let me grab a smaller screwdriver. That's it, easy peasy. These, just be careful. Literally it has the little release tab. You just kind of fold it over and then pull it out. Hardware. This is, like I said, the door from the factory is tapered. This kind of is countersunk. Carbon doors are not. Thought I was ahead. Went to the store, grabbed the hardware that I thought I needed. It's literally the same length, but I'm an idiot. I didn't compensate for the actual countersunk portion of it. So I had to go back and actually bought longer screws because it doesn't matter if they're too long, they just come through. Better to have a little longer than a little shorter. I learned that the hard way. So is an M6 by 1.0. Pretty simple. Got 3 of them. These are stainless. You can cheap out and get whatever you want. But this is a customer's car, and I always want to put the nicest things on not only my personal cars, but stuff that I work on. These are a little bit more money. I think these were $2.75 each, so you do the math. It was pretty expensive. I'd like to use stainless steel. You got 1 screw threaded. Oh man, got 2 in. What's the 3rd one looking like? Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that, freestyle. That's what I'm talking about with J's. This is my first time test fitting this latch after cutting it. There's no behind the scenes. Everything you guys see is real time. But that's what I'm talking about with the quality of J's. All you do is just center everything. The outline of this piece that they printed on there or whatever was perfect. Center of every bolt. Look at that, bolted right on like a factory one. That's why I like J's. Let me just throw a number out there. If you guys pay $1,000 for a door, right? And the good quality stuff is $2,000, right? You're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna save $1,000 on some doors, right? And then you bring that to me, or for anybody, my time isn't free. So if I gotta spend double the amount of labor on installing your cheap doors, it might end up costing you more in the long run. So don't cheap out on parts like this. If you guys are installing anything carbon, hit up J's, please. I'm not paid, I'm not sponsored by them. This is my opinion and experience with working with them. This isn't my first set of doors installed on a car. It's not my first front end, believe me. I've probably installed 15 or more of just J's roofs alone. I can't even count how many front ends I did or doors. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm very experienced in installing J's, and they never disappoint me ever. The quality, fitment, everything, A+. So if you're in the market for carbon race parts, they have a wide variety of different front ends. They have like the Sinatra front end, which is a little bit pointy. It's still a 3-piece wide, usually used on, I think, like turbo cars. They have street stuff, street fenders, which basically replaces like an OEM style fender and a street bumper where it's actually blocked off in the front, but it still fits up with OEM fenders. All that stuff's great. They have fiberglass stuff, so if you want to paint and you don't want to do carbon, they have that as well. jscomposites.com, I believe, is the website. So I'm gonna stop babbling about that. I gotta drill the holes for the door hinges, and then once those are drilled, I can go ahead and get the door installed. And I think after I get the door installed, I'm probably gonna call it a wrap for today. I've only been here for maybe an hour, but I fucked up and I didn't eat, and I'm starving. So let me get this drilled out, flipped around, 11/32 bit to drill the hinges over here. Same thing here. They're almost like a pre-stamped. You just center it and send it. How about that, huh? So now that everything's drilled, I'm gonna basically confirm this is the right size bit, and this goes in every time. Got my bolts. Let me grab my nuts, pause, get everything in the area that I need it to be. All right, let's see how we're looking. Just be careful, you don't want to scratch the paint. All right, so the door's latched on and it's kind of in the area that it needs to be in, so now I can bolt it on. All right, like I said, this is real time. I did not test fit this door. I literally just drilled it and threw it on. All the gaps look amazing, man. Basically, just got to bolt that on. It's pretty much adjusted where it needs to be. These weren't removed, so I don't have to worry about the door actually like sagging. This is going to be more of an in and out adjustment, which I'll adjust once I get the fender on and see how all that stuff looks. But honestly, I'm going to do the fender tomorrow. I'll see how long this video is. All right, can you see me? Can you see me? Yes, no, maybe so. Whatever. So here at this shop, I don't have tons of content. This isn't a full-blown shop where I'm here all the time and I'm just doing work. No, I work in New England. So when I come here, this is like the time I do my personal content. So it's a lot slower. I'm at a lot slower pace. I'm not able to produce tons of content for you guys. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I don't know if you guys are gonna like it or if you're not gonna like it. So make sure, please help me out. I need your guys' input. Put in the comments below if you think this is right or what you think I should do. I'm gonna try to make kind of shorter clips, more detailed, but shorter clips. So then you can actually see like the entire thing to come together instead of me trying to do a whole 3-piece front end in a 20-minute video. You will not get every piece that's very crucial to installing these front ends. Tips as to heating up stuff, seeing me do it. It's just, it doesn't happen like that. So I feel like this is gonna be the most beneficial way for the channel, is maybe do, I'm gonna say like around 15-minute clips. It may just, what I'm afraid of, it's just gonna seem very prolonged. 15-minute clips of this stuff, that stuff, this stuff. I don't know how it's gonna go. So please guys, please put in the comments what you guys think I should do. I'm just trying to stretch it out for you guys so I have content and make it detailed for you guys. I'm not sure if you guys want detailed content. What is it you guys want to do on this channel? Give me ideas, guys. I really need it to figure this out because I am doing this not for myself. I don't go home and watch my own channel. Like this, why I'm doing this is for you guys. I'm never gonna be at the level of making, I don't know, $30,000 a month. I'm never gonna be there. Now I'm gonna say I don't wanna be there. I'm doing this because I feel like I wanna help people out. So with that being said, I need your guys' input as to what would you like to see on the channel. Obviously I'm not rich. My car is at a slow pace. I do have updates for you guys, which maybe I'll do on the next video. Actually, I have a lot of updates on the car, but obviously not updated enough where it's done and running. But I have tons of new stuff for the car, which I'm gonna do in another video, kind of break it up. So yeah, I think honestly I'm gonna end what I had yesterday and today into one video to get it out there for you guys. Let you guys comment in that video to give me ideas on what to do with the channel and the direction that we as a group or a community want the channel to go in. Put in the comments, guys, what it is you guys would personally like to see, and I'll try my best to make it happen. It's gonna be, like I said, a group decision. I can't go off of what one guy says. I'm gonna go off of what 10 guys say. There's tons of work on this car. It's not just doors, front end. I gotta do I did it steering column, literally cutting it, welding it. He wants a Kirky seat put in here. It's a full build race car. I gotta do Lexi and windows. I gotta order a bunch of parts. I'm gonna end it there, guys, because I need to eat some lunch. I don't wanna get hangry. Actually, I need dinner. I already ate lunch. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend about this channel. Tell your grandmother about this channel. I don't care. I wanna grow this channel. I wanna help people out. I'll catch you guys later.